was on Mississippi and Sheridan in Lakewood. I was there for 2 years. That was my first location that I started with $4,000. Yes, and they were not mine. I asked for that money. So I signed that lease, and I said, what did I do after that? I was so scared. And I went to the restaurant after signing the lease, and I look at it, and it was 900 square foot. And I say, oh my God, what do I need to do now? I don't know what to do. I mean, I know how to cook, I know all that, but I don't know what to do. Now I have a business. Now I need to pay a rent. So more expenses was, what am I going to do? So, but I think I made it.
Yeah,
yes.
I'd say you did.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
But first
I think that's an understatement.
Exactly. First of all,
made it and conquered.
Did you grow up making empanadas, or where did you hone your skill with making empanadas?
Well, one of my number one is making empanadas is an art. You know, you will see that.
Can you teach us?
Yeah, of course I will. Yes. So the learning process basically comes from your family, from your grandma or from your mother. When they are cooking, they prepare the filling. Hold on, this is a word that I always have a problem.
That's good.
Filling or filling? Filling.
She likes to always say the feeling.
The feeling.
The feeling of the empanada.
Touch,
Yes.
Not the touch, but
yes. And that's what Guy Fieri had fun of me. You know that he came to my shop, right?
Oh,
So Guy Fieri was cooking with me, and I was talking about the feeling and the feeling of this and the feeling of this empanada, and he looked at me and he said, feeling? And I said, yes, feeling. And he was laughing and laughing.
Hey, if you need anything to say back to Guy, we got a couple things that we can say to Guy.
Did you take him to Flavor Town?
Yeah.
You totally did.
You should just patronize him. Just make fun of him to his face.
Oh my God.
Yeah, brother.
Oh my gosh. You need to see my segment. You will have fun.
Oh, we're totally going to watch that later.
You need to see that.
I'll go
You didn't do the research of me.
I did.
You did? Oh, okay.
We went a different avenue. We didn't watch Flavor Town and Triple D.
Yeah.
He does the deep digging. That's when we know.
Skeletons.
Yeah. We knew about the 5 husbands. So let's talk about the 5 that are dead that you killed.
Okay, so was there like a special day when you would prepare, like in Argentina, do y'all prepare empanadas? Like,
Yes.
a Sunday?
No, you prepare them all the time because that's kind of the different type of food. I mean, depends when you open the refrigerator and you can see what you have that is fresh, of course, nothing pre-cooked. You can start preparing, and that is the filling of the empanada. So then you grab the dough, you put something in the middle, and that's the filling, and then you close it. And normally when you close it, the adults give it to the kids because that's the most tedious part. And we, the kids, love to do the art and the crumpling thing, exactly, so we can play with a dough, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the fun part. And that was exactly what happened. And I was learning that from even my grandma. Let me tell you about my grandma. My grandma.
Let's hear it. What'd you call her?
Abuelita. No, abuelita no. Abuela. La abuela Maria. Because my mom is Maria, my abuela is Maria, and yeah. So anyways, my abuela Maria was living in a very precaria, ¿cómo se dice precaria? Precarious house. She didn't have light, she didn't have water, she didn't have gas, nothing like that. My grandparents didn't have anything like that. So she was probably cooking all the morning in a little kerosene thing, a stove, thank you, just little like this.
I thought it was a brick oven.
No, the kerosene is for the first things, and then she baked them in the brick oven. Yes. So she was. That's good.
He's keeping you true.
That's all he's doing. You still don't know things about me. Can you say?
That's what husband number one or number two does.
Yeah.
He's a listener.
Are you number one or number two?
No, I'm number two.
That's number one. This is
Okay,
number two.
number one, number two. Okay.
Yeah.
Soon to be number 5.
Yeah.
She already told me I could be number 5. Suck a dick. Sorry, Charlie.
Episode's not over yet. You've got
Can you
time.
say a bad word?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, you can say that. You can. There's no such thing as a bad.
Okay.
Actually, there are some words, and we'll go over them later of ones that we're not allowed to say on this podcast. It's really just like 3 of them. So
just paying attention.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I got you. Don't worry.
So that was my abuela was doing. She was cooking all day and she was working in a very precarious situation. The bathroom was outside. Everything was very different. And that's where I used to be like for 3 months because I grew up with my mom, Maria, another Maria. And she...
Namesake, restaurant namesake?
The restaurant is
You would
for
have
her.
named it Kip if we had met earlier in life, but it's okay. I understand. I mean, as husband number 5, it's all right. The next restaurant maybe.
Well, you still have things to know about me, so yeah.
No, Chris did all the research. We're good. I know everything.
That's right.
Yeah, you forgot.
So that's how it was. It was a very good moment because cooking just for lunch, it probably could take a long hours. And that was the great memory because I was with her on the side just waiting for my time, And then it comes my time when the empanada needs the repulgue, and then was me starting doing. So I start feeling important at the process. And it was fantastic. So that's one of the very good memories of me doing empanadas. Of course, we didn't have cameras for take a picture of that, but those are here in my mind and in my heart.
I fucking love that.
Okay, and so a question I have too.
I was going to ask how many is the most you've crimped in a day? But like let's say Restaurant 1, obviously it was a huge hit, as all of them are. How many is like a busy day? Like how many you crimping, or what was the word you used for like when you close them? Like
we call it repulgue.
Yeah, I can't roll my R's like that, so I'm going to leave that word.
We have it Argentina right there. Very close. Very good.
Repulgue.
Very good.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm not even going to bother. But how many is like a busy day?
Wait, I have to tell you a really funny story. Guy Fieri got totally turned on when he heard her say repulgue.
So
we have a date after that. Yeah, no.
Me and Flavortown actually have something in common besides shitty facial hair. That's wild. I didn't mean to steal the question.
I need to tell you that we do repulgue of probably 500 empanadas per day at this time.
Ooh, and that was at like just all.
No, that's now for
that's
all
also
of them.
not all.
Yes.
So how many empanadas nowadays?
That's what she was saying.
Oh, that's 500? What it is. Okay.
Chris.
Sorry, I was. Sangria.
It's the weed.
You're trying to get me drunk.
Another sangria for Chris, please.
And maybe some less weed.
I like you.
Okay, so along that...
Damn it, he's going to steal my spot for number 5.
I got the L word.
Yeah, I like that innocence. I love that. No, just kidding.
So we crimp about 5,500 empanadas. So when are empanadas traditionally served in Argentina? Is it like a snack or is it kind of like an appetizer? What's the deal with that?
I love that you asked that because sometimes
they're good all
or it doesn't
the time.
matter.
Yeah, the other nativos doesn't know so much. So let me tell you.
Okay.
No so much for breakfast. This is something very new that I created. Even my grandma will be really mad. What? Do you have empanadas for breakfast? Yes.
I like the spinach and fish.
Yeah, but that is fantastic anyways. It is fantastic.
Oh, and you have one with an egg? Is it like a soft-boiled egg or something?
It's fucking delicious, Chris.
Yes.
So, yeah, for those
with
that are listening
español, another one with Italian sausage, another one with ham, and what else? Another one vegetarian? No.
These are all just their breakfast.
Oh, you're Americanizing it.
I'm native now, so I need to show it,
Please,
yes.
Chris, don't disrespect her with saying that it's Americanized. This is her home. She is native.
Yes.
And she is killing it. For the listeners,
yes.
5 locations across the metro area.
Exactly.
They have breakfast empanadas, they have lunch empanadas, and they have dinner empanadas. And we're going to talk about the fan favorites and the biggest sellers because that corn doesn't play around. That basil and mozzarella doesn't play around. Let's talk about some of the favorites. Let's talk to our listeners. What are some of the favorite recipes that we like?
Hey, Kip, I know you don't like Guy Fieri, but I got to keep quoting the guy.
I don't hate him at all. I don't hate him. I'm mad he stole the greatest premise ever and made it kind of corny, which we're doing, and we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back.
So Guy Fieri took the corn, and he said, wow, this is impossibly creamy. All right, and we asked, well, why did you say that? He says, because you managed to take something that is wet, creamy, and
up?
put it in dough and not have it leak. And I thought always that was the sexiest review we've ever had.
I mean, you use words like moist and wet. Yeah, it's very sexy. Every time.
We'll get a new line in there. Guy's not going to beat us on that
my
punch.
goodness.
Yeah, if you think he's going to beat us on words that start with moist, you are mistaken, my friend. Don't forget that he gets red flagged on his verbiage. We can say whatever we want. We're like an Action Bronson had a baby with Guy Fieri with better facial hair. But yeah, so let's talk about that. That corn, like, so our friends, shout out Danky.
No, hold on.
I'm
Let's
sorry,
come
go
back
ahead.
to Chris' question. So,
What was that?
Yeah, what was that? No, just kidding.
Oh, we were talking about when do people traditionally when are empanadas?
Yes. So eat it for normally for lunch, mid-afternoon, for night, and it's great because the empanada is so individual size, right?
Yeah.
So normally people order like a dozen of empanadas. And let's put an example that we are 3 friends right here, right? So it comes a box with dozen empanadas. It's normally delivery over there. There's more delivery. And you probably can order 3 beef if you just feel like eating meat, and I can order 3 vegetarian if I want veggies, and she can eat 3 porks if she wants pork. So the good thing is about the combination. And as you imagine, you open a box, and if we are 3 of us right here, is a very good sharing moment, and that's what the empanada means. It's a sharing time. So basically, you will say, okay, which one is mine? And that creates a conversation, and that breaks moments, It's beautiful. My best memories is when I was just having fun with my friends at my house, probably because we didn't have any money to go out. And then, okay, let's order some empanadas, and the empanadas arrive, and everybody fighting for the right empanada, and that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
So would you go hang out, grab a box of empanadas, maybe some vino or something like that, and go hang out with some friends?
What's your favorite? And this question comes from our producer. What's your favorite wine to go with an empanada? What is
Ay, qué linda pregunta. That's very good. Thank you. Yes, wine and beer goes very well with empanada.
I agree.
In my
wine is delicious.
Combination of things, a tinto, a red wine goes very well. But I will go for the Malbec, because then you have the full experience, That's an Argentinian experience. Having a Malbec wine with an empanada, it's a great combination. And let me tell you how. You just grab a bite and a sip, and then probably another sip and 3 bites, and then another sip. So combining.
So do you have
together,
12? Wait, do you have 12 empanadas for all this wine that I'm going to drink? Because what's the ratio? Should I get 1 bottle for 4 empanadas?
Yes, get a bottle. The life needs to be enjoyable, But I like you. Can you say? You're being a good candidate
Chris,
for number 5. You're being a good candidate.
What? You said that you loved Chris.
Yeah,
I love
it's
Chris
okay.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Victor's telling me that she only likes her husbands. That's cool.
So the thing is that at lunch in Buenos Aires, you can probably coming from lunch to work. No, coming from work to lunch. Thank you. Okay. And you just grab 2 or 3 empanadas and a glass of wine, and then you come back to work. So it's a kind of a civilized way to eat empanadas and to have a lunch, and then you come back to work. And doesn't mean that you are drunk. You are just combining 2 fantastic aspects of a food experience.
I feel like America's the only ones that aren't doing that properly, because it seems
We
like
fail.
when we go to Europe and we dick around across the world,
Yes.
you have a charcuterie board and a carafe of wine, and then people go back to work. You have an espresso and 7 cigarettes. You hunt some tail and you call it a start to the day. That's how they start their day,
See, that's exactly how it is.
And then they get a nooner in, get some food, some wine, and then they work for 2 hours. And albeit the countries are in despair, that's not the point.
Kip, I hate to tell you, but I know Lorena, and she doesn't know what a nooner is.
Yeah, I figured that. I think I slid that one.
But I said, yes.
Yes. Oh, they're great.
They're awesome. If you've ever been to Shotgun Willie's for a lunch buffet, holla.